Hello, everyone. Welcome to Aspiring Talks. I'm so glad that you are here. And yes, it's our first episode, and I'm so glad to invite a community leader, event organizer, a mother, of course, and a founder of LikeMinded Positive Connection. It's Sukhbir Singh. So please do watch till the end. And don't forget to subscribe the channel. Don't forget to follow us. It takes a lot of effort to create each and every video. I really want to thank Sukhbir Singh for coming here, and I really want to thank my team for arranging everything. So please watch till the end and do subscribe the channel. Welcome to the show, Sukhbir Singh.
Okay, thank
Welcome to
you.
Aspiring Talks. How are you?
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me as your guest.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. It's great to see you. We have met a lot of times,
Mm.
and I remember the first time I met you was at an event, and I was really fascinated by your charm and by your confidence.
Right,
So
right.
let's start from there. Like, where
Okay.
do you get this charm? Where do you get this confidence? How? Like, from anyone, or is it from childhood?
Well, I would say that it stems from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, thank you for your lovely comments, Sage Preet.
Yeah.
And it just stems from staying grounded in my positivity. And I try to keep a positive attitude. I try to keep myself grounded and focused. And it also stems from having a family. And I find my family does keep me grounded and stable. So basically, it's all natural, I would say. It's all organic, and
Mm-hmm.
it all depends how you carry yourself
Mm.
as a person.
Do you think this can be learned?
I would say parts of it it cannot be learned. It is a skill that one has to master over time.
Hmm.
It also develops with maturity, experience, and there's a combination of factors, I would say.
Okay. So it's like it's not a skill, or like is it like a skill? I'm trying to understand skill,
Hmm.
or is it like a blessing?
I would say it's more a blessing. I would say. It's more
Blessing.
blessing, I would say. Yes, yes.
Nice.
I would say it's the universe that is sending out the signals, sending out the love, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
what you put into the universe gives back to you. So I would say that I basically count my blessings.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in practicing gratitude,
Yeah.
and so this is also very important, I would say.
Do you think like family plays an important role when it comes to confidence?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Hmm.
I would say from my childhood, I've had a very decent upbringing, I would say, and a nice background, stable background. And my
Hmm.
family has always given me that source of empowerment and inspiration in my journey throughout my childhood and also leading into my present life, I would say. So I would say my family has played a major part in that.
Any story you would like to share with the audience where you were this much close to lose your confidence? It can be any story, like right now, or childhood memories,
Right, right.
right? Like anything where you were this much close to give up, but because of the support of your loved ones, you did a great job and
Right,
you
right.
became successful.
Right. Well, I would say that that's a very interesting question that you touch
Hmm.
upon, Sage Breed. I would say that as a mother of two children, and so I would say that I mean, there was a breaking point in my life basically where I have been a single mom now for about 13 years. So I would say that like throughout these years, there were challenges. Of course, a woman wears multiple hats. So
Hmm.
I have those multiple hats that I'm carrying. So there were some challenges. There were some low points along the way, but I've kept myself very grounded and very focused, and I know my priorities. So with that focus and then knowing like where I stand. And then, of course, over time, this confidence has developed, right?
Hmm.
So that also was a process, I would say. So you would need to stay, keep yourself balanced. I also, there's also another way I keep myself positive and confident, is that I'm a very neutral person, and I don't take sides. I was raised not to hurt anybody,
Hmm.
so I like to stay the way I am, and just continue the way I'm proceeding in my own journey in life, right?
Yeah, I really like that point that don't hurt anyone.
Hmm.
If you are focused on your own work, right, and you're not
Hmm.
hurting someone, and also not taking anything like anyone is saying you anything bad, you're
Hmm.
not taking it to your heart, then also that's a really big thing.
Right, right.
You said that 13 years of it was like challenging, like for 13 years you were a single mom, so
Hmm.
how did like society treat you then? Is it
Oh,
easy, like
yeah.
your family supported you, and I think round of applause for your family,
Mm-hmm.
and but how did like the society treat you?
Well, I would say that the community and the society at large, they don't. There's basically there's a status quo, and the
Hmm.
culture in our communities, and so the society and the community, they see you in a different light once you are once you go and guess the status quo. You are
Hmm.
treated differently, and you are seen differently.
Hmm.
So basically, I have been challenging the status quo, and also
Hmm.
breaking these barriers, and trying to break that glass ceiling in terms of coming out of these stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, even coming out of that, it was a challenge for myself, and even till this day, there are moments where I still feel like that, where
Hmm.
I am being judged in a certain way. I'm being seen differently because of my status.
Yeah.
I'm not the same like the others, for example.
Hmm.
But over time, you develop some kind of I would say resistance or some resiliency
Hmm.
towards all this, and because I've stayed very focused and very grounded, I have to say that I'm very proud that I have overcome all of these stereotypes and the
Hmm.
status quo that seems to be facing our communities. Also, as a South Asian woman,
Yeah.
that also makes a big difference,
Hmm.
because in our culture, these situations, like, it's not really taken like nicely, right? In our
Yes.
cultures, so all these things make a difference, I would say, right?
I'm glad that you put that you bought that South Asian culture thingy. Do you think that it's common in Canada, or Canada plays a vital role in supporting you for such status, or like what would have been if someone is in India facing the same thing? Like, do you think Canada helped you in maintaining that status and giving you that boldness and helping you to be fearless lady,
Mm.
being a South Asian woman?
So basically, that's a very interesting question that you pose and you're asking me. So
Mm.
I see, I'm not going to generalize that or make
Yeah,
assumptions.
yeah,
I see, the way I see it is because of now, based on my experience and my situations
yeah.
dealing with the community, individuals. I think that every situation, it really varies, person to person. So
Hmm.
I cannot say, okay, Canada has given me this,
Hmm.
or India has given me this. I
Yeah.
think that each situation, it really varies person to person,
Hmm.
regardless of where you are raised or where you come from, your upbringing, your cultural background. It,
Yeah.
it really varies person to person, I have to say. I mean, you just can't make that assumption. Of course, there are just some general, some assumptions that you can make, but I would say that each person, each family, each individual, it varies person to person.
But do you think mentality of people changes when they come to Canada? The same South Asian people who in India might bring you down for
Hmm.
the same thing, but here they are like, "Oh, that's okay. You're in Canada. You're an independent woman." Here they have a
No,
different
I
mentality
do believe that those stereotypes still prevail till
still.
this
Okay.
day,
Mm-hmm.
and there are those the cultural practices that are still there till this day, I would say.
Hmm.
So so regardless if you're new to Canada or not, like what are the like assumptions out there, the practices, the typical practices are still there
Yeah, makes sense.
to present day, I would say.
Yeah. What about your connections? You have a lot of connections.
Yeah.
So, how, first of all, how do you make those connections? Because as an, like, we have a lot of immigrants, right?
Mm,
And whenever an immigrant comes,
right,
the first lesson that they are taught, that make connections.
right,
Before coming to Canada, they will be like, first thing, keep this in mind, make connections, make connections. But no one tells how to make that
right,
connections.
right. Um, well, I mean, we all come from different backgrounds, cultures. We all have different perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
personalities. Approach somebody as if you're same like them, and like it's be a human being, right?
Yeah.
Understand somebody, understand that everybody is struggling in their life in one form or another. New
Mm.
immigrant. It could
Yeah.
be a long time citizen of this country, even, or somebody
Mm.
coming from another country. Understand where they're coming from. I mean, there's always those hidden, silent
Mm.
battles that we know nothing about. And
Yeah.
of course, coming from a social work background, and then coming from a working class family, I've had that privilege of having this understanding in my own life, and also applying it in my everyday, practices and communication and my way of being, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then with the regarding, like the connections,
Yeah.
it's basically that's a process itself, and that also that takes place over time. For
Mm.
example, like you need to come out of your comfort zone.
Mm.
If you're not at that place yet, then that will take some time. It's an effort, right?
Yeah.
I would recommend maybe join some groups, or pick up the phone, make a phone call, reach out to somebody if you're looking for some support group. There's lots of support groups out there in the community that are available.
Mm.
And there's a lot of mentors out there as well.
Yeah.
It's all how you use your voice,
Exactly.
and it's all about how you're persistent, and also of educating yourself as well.
Mm.
That's also the key in this as well, right?
Mm. That's
Yeah.
nice. And how you became a community leader, like how you came into this profession.
Right. So basically, I started matchmaking events
Oh,
back in
nice.
2018 in
Hmm.
the Woodbridge, Vaughan area.
Hmm.
So we, along with my brother, we first initiated these matchmaking events. We used to have like multicultural events, South Asian events, matchmaking events for ages 50 plus, 45 plus.
Hmm.
So then, over the course of the years, like, of course, I was growing, my audience. I became a lot more, vocal about it. I started spreading my wings,
Hmm.
and then I organized
Hmm.
my Christmas event in 2022, for example.
Hmm.
Well, I did one in 2019 as well in Brampton.
Hmm.
That was successful. And then 2022, I organized my first Christmas event
Hmm.
at a banquet hall in Brampton, the Esperanza Banquet Hall. And then from there, I mean, my the community, I guess they came to learn more about me over the course of time, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, empowering the community, also coaching a woman, and being a mentor towards other women is basically is it's an overtime process, Sage Preet.
Yeah.
You become a leader over time, right?
Hmm.
So people come to know you, they look up to you, they have that trust in you, they
Yeah.
develop that loyalty in the individuals, for example, right?
Hmm.
And then they call you seeking any kind of support, help, or mentorship.
Yeah.
So it's a trust that you develop with the community. And
Hmm.
then so it's the challenges that I'm facing, and that I like to take on that challenge, for example. So
Mm.
being a community leader, it's I love I love that role. It gives me an opportunity to always push my limits every day and try new things and see things in a different perspective, I would say.
Hmm. But don't you feel when you grow, there are some people who pull you down? You met some people, you said, right?
Oh yes, I met several individuals like that.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, there and yeah. See, then the thing is that in life, you reach a certain level in your life, and you're experiencing this all this gratitude, blessings from the universe,
yeah,
and then there are individuals that sometimes they're not happy to see that.
yeah.
So and then there will be some times where they will spread a negativity,
Hmm.
some toxic words about you,
Yeah.
and they create stories just like out of the blue, for example. So I mean, I have experienced that, and of course, being in this community role that I am, and
Hmm.
that's very common. But I like to just carry on with I focus on myself, and I just like to stay grounded, and I like to serve and support others. So
Were those strangers or people who you knew?
it's a combination. Yeah, I
Hmm.
would say mostly it's the people that you know mostly that would do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the strangers walking off the street, they'll be more than happy to offer their hand and
Yeah.
then give that praise and then
Exactly.
start walking with you. I would
Yeah.
say it's more the people that you know
Hmm.
that would kind of spread all this, negativity and all these toxic
Yeah.
vibes, actually, right? So, uh,
Nice. Yeah. It happens.
hmm.
So, what is your take on women supporting women? Do you think it's underrated that women supports women, or like women friendships are always taken into a negative things, right?
Hmm.
Negative
Hmm.
stuff, right? That men can be great friends with each other, but two women cannot be good friends. They don't
Yeah,
support each
yeah,
other.
right, right.
So tell us something like about that.
Well, women supporting women. I mean, I would say that. I mean, historically, that
Hmm.
it's always been a male-dominated society,
Hmm.
a male-dominated community, with a universal language of male dominance. It was very prevalent. I
Yeah.
would say that it's only been recent that different women groups, organizations, associations, and women, leaders have been taking that initiative or that step to empower a woman, to empower other women.
Yeah.
I still think that there's still much work to be done in this
Hmm.
area, and of course I like to serve as that voice and give that platform for a woman, two women, to kind of rise and inspire one another, for example, right?
Hmm.
And I like to serve as that motivation, a point for a woman to become leaders, and for women to have that voice. I do have that ability,
Hmm.
so I'm not saying that with any ego or anything like that.
Hmm.
But I have to say that over time, I've developed that tool, that mechanism where I like to give women a tool that they can basically use their voice and to exercise themselves and to share their passion or their story,
Yeah.
or even showcase themselves, right?
That's nice.
Hmm.
Um, you have also started a new venture, like-minded positive connections.
Right, right.
So is it about people, like-minded people coming together and doing something for the community?
Yeah, well, this like-minded positive connections, basically it started about I would say 3 years ago.
Okay.
It came into existence.
Yeah.
So like I said, I started my matchmaking events in
Yeah.
2018, and then so when I organized my Mother's Day gala at the Speranza Banquet Hall
Hmm.
in 2022. I would say maybe in January, that's when I was thinking, okay, you know what, let's kind of name my like my platforms, give it a name, right? So I was
Hmm.
thinking, and then I called it Like-Minded Positive Connections. So and then from there on, I you know I persevered. I stayed grounded in positivity
Hmm.
and pursuing my like my own vision and my own goals. And then so having said all that, so keeping that in context,
Hmm.
these events and these networking events, community
Yeah.
groups, celebrations came into being, right?
Hmm.
So it's a combination, right? It's That's how that came into existence.
So is it easy to be positive all the time with so many challenges that we have in our day-to-day lives?
It's not easy, right? No, no. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all human beings, right? So
Yeah.
we're all gonna face setbacks,
Hmm.
disappointments. There's gonna be negative people that you meet
Yeah.
along the way. It's an everyday thing, like everyday process. So
Hmm.
it's just not gonna happen overnight. Like okay, like I mean,
Hmm.
every day is different, right? So I mean, any human being is going to feel something throughout the process,
Hmm.
right? So it's not possible to stay positive all the time. We are human beings after all, right?
Hmm.
But then it is our duty to also choose, pick and choose, right? Like
Yeah.
you want to choose to be positive, and then
Hmm.
I like to ground myself in positivity,
Hmm.
and then from that, that's where all this community work that I am doing comes out. Like during the COVID time, 2018, I developed a Facebook group
Hmm.
called the Cup of Positivity.
Yes.
So now we're at our 5 years anniversary. So
Oh,
we were
nice.
having COVID, and so I remember we were experiencing. I remember those lockdowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lockdown.
Yeah.
I was sitting at home with my two kids. I was just sitting in there and then lying down. I was thinking to myself, you know what, like. I gotta stay, stay, like positive. I gotta,
Yeah.
like, I want to start something, like I need to
Hmm.
get people, going, spread the positive vibes and the
Yeah.
messages, right? So I mean, I just sat there, and then just this idea, and first so I don't drink, right? So that's how this cup of positivity came. Like I just love coffee,
Yeah.
tea and chai, so that's my go-to. And
Hmm.
so then I thought, okay, let's do it like a cup, and then name it of positivity. Actually, a very good friend of mine. His name is Neeraj Sharma.
Yeah.
He actually supported me. He
Hmm.
kind of gave me that idea 5 years ago. Suki, why don't you start a cup of positivity,
Yeah.
and then take it from there. So yeah, so it's been 5 years now. That group is still running. It's
Hmm.
uh, it's it's going well. We post positive messages in there,
Yeah.
inspirational quotes, positive affirmations, and then we basically spreading positive vibes amongst the universe, amongst the community. And so see, and this, like, staying in my grounded in my positivity, this
Hmm.
has kept me going over the years, right?
Yes.
So I mean, I've had my own challenges, of course, that I
Hmm.
faced as a single mother.
Yeah.
And of course, we are all wearing multiple hats, and men also face challenges too, I have to
Yeah.
say. So but let's not disregard the gentleman, right?
Yes.
But I have to say that despite all these situations, that were happening in my life, I
Hmm.
managed to stay grounded in positivity. And so
Hmm.
when I do an event, any initiative, any kind of, I tend to tie in positivity in there.
Hmm.
And then that's what, and I integrate the community concept,
Hmm.
and from there, that's where you make it a success, right?
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
But
Nice.
great. And let's say if someone wants to start from scratch
Mm-hmm.
to become Sukhbir Singh,
Mm.
what steps what steps they should take? Let's say a 20-year-old
Yeah.
who wants to start. what advice would you give step by step to reach where you are? You have a business, like you have the community, like-minded
Mm,
positive
mm,
connections. You
mm,
are event organizer, you're community leader, you're teacher by profession, lot of stuffs. So if they're just starting from scratch and they don't know anything, they're just 20-year-old here, listening our podcast and listening to you, what
mm.
advice would you like to give?
Yeah, right. So again, with that, with that, like I said, everything, it really, how my approach, it all varies, person to person, and each person is very dynamic and very unique in their own special way. So I would guide and mentor that a 20-year-old accordingly, and according to their own needs and their own style and personality, for example. If the individual is a bit shy and not as extrovert, so that, I mean, it will take some time, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you have to, that confidence and that process, it develops over time, I would say. So I would say, take it, have some patience, kind of motivate, encourage the individual to come, out of your comfort zone, make that phone call, try to break that the limit, that barrier, that if that person is experiencing any barriers whatsoever. It could be multiple factors, so try to overcome that barrier, and or even having a simple hobby in your life, that would also help. But I would say the main thing is making connections, I would say. Get
Yeah.
out there, make a, if you're able to get out there, make connections, make that phone call, sit down with somebody one on one, and that's how you're building yourself and growing gradually, right?
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, try to keep that balance in your own life, I would say. Make Keep yourself associated with the positive individuals, and you go from there, right? Accordingly.
Yeah, that's a great thing,
Mm,
that we should be around people who helps us to grow and who are positive.
right, right.
Okay, great. Just to wrap it up now,
Okay.
if you, let's say you meet your younger self,
Right.
5-year-old Sukhbir
Mm,
Singh,
mm.
what words would you tell her, or tell her how much proud she can be on you right now?
Yeah.
What words, like what advice or words would you like to tell
Right,
her?
right. No, that's very sweet question you're asking, Sage Preet. I
Yeah.
mean, I still see that 5-year-old in me sometimes. I like to, the way I like to interact with individuals,
Yeah.
and that's how I carry myself. It's my outlook, like my, the vibes. No, I would give myself a pat on the back, and
Yeah.
say, you know what, you've come this far. You know what, kudos, hats off, to my own self, I would say.
Mhm.
And I wish I don't do it too often, actually, by the way.
Yes.
But you're making me pat myself on the back today. She's making me.
Yeah. Yeah, you
So
should.
good for her, that's how she's, Sage Preet is herself a lovely role model for all the young ladies out there, young boys aspiring to become something in their own
Yeah.
lives. I wish Sage Preet much success and
Thank you.
good wishes in her future endeavors.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much. We usually take ourselves so granted
We
that
do,
we
we do.
don't appreciate the things that we
Yeah,
have achieved.
yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much, Sukhbir Singh,
No,
for
you're
coming in
welcome.
Aspiring
The
Talks.
pleasure is mine.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, and it was great to talk to you. And see you soon in more such podcasts, more such events. It was
Thank you.
great talking to you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much
you.
for sharing
No,
all that
the
stuff.
pleasure is mine. Thank you for inviting me. I feel
Yeah.
very blessed and honored and very humbled by this opportunity, and looking forward to more podcasts in the future.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe to the channel right now.